Happy Monday morning and welcome back to Born Again to Live.
Yay! Eric, I'm so excited. Here we are in season 2, and we are going back to an oldie but a goodie on season 1.
I think this is the show that everybody looks forward to.
It's Lyrical Monday, y'all.
Lyrical Monday.
Wow, we haven't done a Lyrical Monday since we were talking about our favorite Christmas songs.
I don't even think that episode made it.
It didn't?
It was in the lost episode, wasn't it?
No, I can't remember. I think we did. No, we did. We got to that one because it was early December.
Okay.
Yeah, we did do that one.
Right.
But yeah, needless to say, it's been a few months now since we've had a Lyrical Monday, and I know our listeners love them.
Yeah, Lyrical Monday's a good one. It's easy on us, too.
Yeah, it is.
No thinking needed.
A little bit, but yes, it's sort of like stacking stones because there's so many things you could say that you're just like, when they pose the question, what stone are you going to stack? You're kind of like, and when it comes to lyrics, like, there's so many songs you love and you're like, which one of these do I want to do? And which ones have I done already? So yeah, there's a lot here.
We should just put the listeners, one of you out there probably could go through and list all of the songs before we can.
Mm-hmm.
But we want a list of what we've done.
Yeah.
So we don't redo them.
That's what I'm saying, because I know I'm starting to lose track, Eric.
Yeah, me too. And I was going to do that on our break, but I didn't.
You had a house to move back into,
Yeah.
Barbecue to make. I get it.
Life comes fast, and
Boy,
sometimes you're not on your flight path.
Isn't that the truth?
All right, so Lyrical Monday. I'm going to start us off because this one came in my letter.
Okay.
I don't even think he listens to the podcast, but it's funny how you get lyrical requests from so many places. And he put this one in the list or in the letter and said, if you haven't listened to it, you need to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's called "This Too Shall Pass" by Larry Fleet. Just reading a little bit of the lyrics. The opening is, there's times you felt like you could not lift your head, and all those lonely nights when you needed a friend, and those days go by, but the clouds keep rolling. You're not alone, and all those times, everything you touch, you did turn to gold, and there was nothing you could say or do that would end up wrong. Those days went by, and time didn't last too long. You're not alone. In the morning, in the evening, every day and in between, when it's raining, when it's pouring, and your grass don't look so green. Your world might fall into pieces, but these troubles won't last. Just remember, brothers and sisters, this too shall pass. So when you can't seem to find the words to pray, and all your brokenheartedness does, is one I hate. He hears your prayers, even knows your name. You're not alone, and you're not alone.
I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And this is from a man in prison.
Yeah. Guy in prison recommends that song, so.
I can see why.
Yeah. This too shall pass.
Wow. Ooh, I guess I have to top that one, huh?
He said it was good. I haven't actually listened to the song. I haven't gotten to yet, but.
Good homework assignment for
Yeah.
us. Okay.
On the way home from here, I will put that one on.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Well, I'm kind of sticking with the, I did love our Do Not Box God In talk from last week. And even just talking on that subject, I kept thinking about this song. This is an oldie too, from Natalie Grant. I'm trying to figure out the year of this song, but it came out a while ago. But it is called King of the World. And it's all about like boxing and God. So she says, I tried to fit you in the walls inside my mind. I tried to keep you safely in between the lines. I tried to put you in the box that I've designed. I try to pull you down so we are eye to eye. When did I forget that you've always been the king of the world? I try to take life back right out of your hands of the king of the world. How could I make you so small when you're the one who holds it all? When did I forget that you've always been the king of the world? And then she goes on to say, just a whisper of your voice can tame the seas. So who am I to try to take the lead? Still, I run ahead and think I'm strong enough when you're the one who made me from the dust. And then I think kind of at the bridge, she says, oh, you set it all in motion every single moment. You brought it all to me and you're holding on to me. And then, of course, often it repeats the chorus, which is, when did I forget that you've always been the king of the world? I try to take life back and whatnot. But I love this song. I mean, especially I love those two lines. I've tried to put you in the box that I've designed and pull you down so we are eye to eye. Right. Think of the vanity of that, right? Just grabbing God by the collar, pulling him down to you and just be like, explain this to me, God. Like, just demanding that he stoops to our level on our just little feeble, sinful minds and has to explain himself in all of his grandeur and glory and everything that he's working out. Like, we just demand so much of his knowledge and his goodness. And then in this song, Eric, so many times it hits me and that's the verse that I get in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm putting him in this box that I designed. When you don't see what God's doing, when you don't understand it, and then you're getting mad at God, like, well, I don't see how this is going to happen or how this, and then, it just hits me like a ton of bricks from time to time. That's my problem. Not God's. It's I'm creating my own mess here by just not trusting him. So anyway, I love this song, The King of the World by Natalie Grant. And it's it's a slower tune, but it's very deep and profound.
And anything sung by Natalie Grant is good.
I know. She was the diva of Christian music back in the day, right?
Yeah, she had a voice like none other. I mean, she probably still does. You just don't hear a lot out of her.
Yeah, I think she's just kind of having some nice retirement days, enjoying her family and doing what they do.
Yep. For my next one, I'm going to go with probably what could be our theme song for this show for this season. Preach.
Okay.
By Ryan Stevenson, who got lucky enough to see in concert with Big Blue.
Nice.
But it's all about, well, I'll just read the lyrics and then we'll talk about it. I talk about grace. I talk about love. I talk about faith. But some days I don't have enough. I talk about forgiveness, still learning how to give it. Lord, I need your strength to live what I believe. I want my life to preach. Every breath, every beat, I want my life to preach. When I'm strong, when I'm weak, through the valleys low and mountains high, every moment testifies further than my words could ever reach. Lord, I want my life to preach.
Wow.
I talk about peace and I talk about hope. I talk about serving others, but most days I don't. And I talk about freedom, but getting lost in religion. Lord, give me strength to live what I believe, because I want my life to preach.
Wow. That's a cool one.
I like that song. I don't know where I had heard it once and I was like, oh man, I really like that song. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to be preaching the gospel. We're supposed to live the gospel.
Mm-hmm.
Live the love. I mean, and just Ryan Stevenson puts it plain and simple. Like, I want my life to preach.
Yeah. As they say, you might be the only Bible people read. So you got to make what you do in this life. You got to show them something they haven't seen before.
Yeah. So that's a good one by Ryan Stevenson.
That's a good one.
And it's a little upbeat, so it's not bad.
All right. Adding that one. All right. Let's see here. So my next song, it's an identity theme. Eric, it is Redeemed by Big Daddy Weave. Oh, yeah. And I remember when the song came out, I loved it. And then I hadn't heard it in a while. Well, then at our fall retreat that we did at camp on Sunday, we all went to God's Place, which is this little church off of Cedar Creek Road in Virginia. And one of my campers sang the song, and he just did such a knockout job doing it. And ever since, like, I have just been, I added it immediately to my worship list, and I listen to it all the time. And now when it just randomly comes on, I can't I always think about this particular kid. So, but anyway, it's redeemed by Big Daddy Weave. And first verse says, seems like all I could see was the struggle, haunted by ghosts that lived in my past. Bound up in shackles of all my failures, wondering how long is this going to last? Then you look at this prisoner and say to me, son, stop fighting a fight. It's already been won. And then he goes on to say, I am redeemed. You set me free. So I'll shake off these heavy chains, wipe away every stain, that I'm not who I used to be. I am redeemed. And then, I love verse 2, because I think this speaks to so many people. All my life I have been called unworthy, named by the voice of my shame and regret. But when I hear you whisper, child, lift up your head, I remember, oh God, you're not done with me yet. And then he goes back on to say, I am redeemed. You set me free. And now I'm going to take it to the bridge. Eric, it says, because I don't have to be the old man inside of me, because this day is long dead and gone, because I've got a new name, a new life. I'm not the same, and a hope that will carry me home. That could also be our new theme song, Eric.
Could be. Really cool story about that song. Zach Williams, right? He was giving his testimony on the Big Daddy Weave podcast back when I listened to it all the time.
Yeah.
And he was talking about his life. He was in country music, and he was on tour in another country. And he said God started working on it, and just a little bit at a time. And you could tell, like, he was starting to read his Bible and all this. And he said he was riding down the road, and Redeemed came on by Big Daddy Weave, and that's when he gave his life to God.
Wow.
During the song Redeemed by Big Daddy. And I'm like, that's pretty cool that Zach Williams got saved basically through this song at that time because of how much that song meant. And to hear Mike Weaver talking to him about it, and it was like pretty humbling for Mike Weaver to be like, wow, that's awesome. But yeah, so
I mean, yeah, nothing's more powerful than words set to music, right? It kind of doubles the power. No, that's so cool. And that song is very moving. Like, I love it.
I like Big Daddy Weave altogether. Like,
me too.
So good.
Yeah, they absolutely. I think one of my very first Lyrical Mondays, didn't I do All Things New by Big Daddy Weave?
I think so.
It's still one of my, that's sort of the top of my worship list because it's like, that's what I start every day with, God make all things new. So go Big Daddy Weave.
My walkout song would be My Story by Big Daddy Weave.
That's another good one.
I love that song. And I told DJ that when I did my testimony at his church, and his tech glitched out and they couldn't do the song, but his wife had put it up on the screen because I was going to like walk into that song, but didn't work out, but it's still.
Eric, maybe you're the tech artisan. You're the one that makes all the tech go away and not work for us. It's you.
At work, when we go to make our food and customers come, we're like, there could be no customers. We make our own food, and every customer comes in, we call it the juju.
Okay.
The food juju. So I'm the tech juju.
You are, yeah. Something about technology and you guys don't get along.
Don't get along. And any listeners who struggled through that first week and a half with us on the podcast this year, I am sorry. It took a late night Amy going, Eric, calm down. What else could it be? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. And then it was something simple. So
yeah, well, I'm glad we figured it out. And yes, like nothing like restarting our second season after a fairly long break and losing the Christmas episodes, only to then not have them drop when they should. It's like, okay, is this a sign? Are we missing the sign? What's happening, God? But no, it's just.
I started to believe that there was like, we should end this whole thing. It was bad. Like I would put the podcast on, set the time, wake up, and I'm like, where is it at?
Yes.
And everybody's like, where's it at? Have you dropped it? When it was supposed to start a couple of days ago. I'm like, I know. And then, like, seriously, it was just so simple of weeks, but
yeah, we can't quit the podcast, Eric, because then what would I do with my Mondays?
Exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know what I would do with life.
All right, number 3. Let's
last song, and I guess this goes along with nothing that we've talked about. Well, actually, it probably goes along with the Mary and Martha story. It would be a Mary and Martha moment. This one's Prove a Thing by Ben Fuller and Kane, which pretty good combo. All right. It says, Lord, I've been trying for so long, trying to live up to these songs. All that it brought me way down low, working for nothing at your house, hoping that you would be so proud, always afraid I'd see your grace go cold, your grace go cold. And I wasted time thinking, I know what you're thinking about me. But I was never so glad to be so wrong. I don't want to win you over. I don't got to change your mind. Fake a smile and dress in my Sunday best. You would see right through. I don't got to sound impressive, praying with perfect lines. When the ones I love say that I am loved. No matter what I do, I don't got to prove a thing to you. And it was written by Ben Fuller. And the next little section here is no more acting like the prodigal than the son, or I'm acting more like the prodigal than the son, acting more like the 99 than the one. Mercy was running into bringing the runaway home, all the way home.
Love it.
I don't got to do a thing to prove to you. I mean, yeah, you don't got to prove a thing to God.
No.
And it's simple. And now I just love that he wrote it from a place that he's trying to live up to his own songs.
Yeah, that is. That's a great opening line after we just talked about all these great song lyrics. And you're like, wow, and as I said, I've lived up to the King of the World song lyrics, but those are not good song lyrics. So yeah, that's a very cool song.
Yep, I like that. And it's again, Ben Fuller, man, his testimony, his story, and it seems like he's got his heart where his story's at, because he continues to just live it. And but even when you think like he's made it big time and he's such a awesome artist, he's hitting the top of the charts, he says, God, I can't live up to these songs I'm writing.
Yeah.
But I don't got to.
That's very true.
So
now, on that note, since we're kind of like, again, we're getting that year, 1 year later type of a thing, are you going to go see, are you going to that men's conference again this year?
Yes.
And that was where you saw him last year, right?
Yeah, I saw him there last year. This year it is Rhett Walker, and I'm so excited for Rhett Walker.
Okay.
Like, I love Rhett Walker, Man on Middle Cross. He's got a bunch of good songs. So.
Okay, so last year it was Ben Fuller was the speaker / worship leader?
A worship songs.
He was the worship, and then this year they bring, okay.
Yeah, they have like, I don't know, 10, 15 speakers over 2 days. But the Friday night show is that musical person.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which actually one year was Big Daddy Weave, and I didn't get to go.
Oh, man.
I know. And that was actually before Mike Weaver's brother died, who was in the band.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know, like, me and Shanda have got plans to go see Forrest Frank this year at Jiffy Lube. I'm so excited.
I know.
There's still lawn seats, Eric. Come on, you can join us if you want. Okay, so my third song, I decided I wanted to share this song because I love it and it speaks to me. It's not a worship song, but the message is definitely straight out of the when God says go, go kind of a thing, right? And you know how time has this hold on me, Eric. And so the song is all about, well, it's kind of all about putting things off. And so the song is called Next Year, and it's a song by Donovan Woods, who's just kind of like a rough and tumble sort of folky acoustic country singer. He's not glamorous and glitzy, but man, I don't know. I think I just heard this one day on it was probably like Apple Music. It came on one of the more, I think the mellow folk station is what I like to listen to sometimes when I'm doing my jigsaw puzzles. And this song came on and it just gripped me, and that's how I found this one. But so it says, my brother and me used to climb a tree. We were going to build a little clubhouse about 10 feet off the ground. We drew the whole thing up, needed wood in our dad's truck, but he was out of work that summer. The truck only had one gear. We said, we'll do it next year. My buddies and me, we have this dream. We're going to rent this cabin way up in Montana. We're going to fish, and we had the date all picked. My old man got sick and the plan kind of disappeared, but we'll do it next year. And then kind of the course that he goes into, he says, another day down, another week gone, always just talking about tomorrow. You can't beg, steal, or borrow to make time. So you make plans and hope for the best. Life moves on so damn fast. Another 12 months flies on by and you're still here. But it's never quite next year. And then this was the one that really hit home for me. Out of the mouth of babes, the Bible would say. But he says, my little boy and me, we were out to eat. And he said, I can't wait till next year. You know, like a little kid would do, right? Like, I can't wait till next year. Like, you know, why is that? So he said, I can't wait till next year. And when I asked him why, he said, because we're going camping. We're going to the ball game. We'll do all those other things you said we'd do next year. So when is it next year? Like, what an innocent question. But like, that's the question of all questions in this song. When is it next year? How long are we going to keep putting off the things that we say we're going to do? You know, let your yes be yes, your no be no. How long are we going to be like, well, I'm just waiting for God to clean me up some more. Like, I'm waiting to get through my Bible. I'm waiting to find the right words, the right relationship, the right amount of money. Like, what are we waiting for sometimes? And, you know, the very last verse of this kind of makes me cry a little bit because I lost my dad. But he says, my old man, he was fading fast. You know, it's funny because he talked about his old man getting sick earlier in the song, right? So he says, my old man, he was fading fast. He said, I think I'd like to go see that Grand Canyon. So we just left, packed up the car and went. I called in sick to work. We drove till 3 a.m. There ain't no next year. So the whole song they've been saying, we'll do it next year. We'll do it next year. And then that's kind of what the crux of this song comes down to. There is no next year. And guys, we don't know when we're promised another year, another month, another day even. And if there's things that we're putting off that matter to us, that matter to others, that matter to God, like, what are we waiting for? You know, so I just absolutely love this song. I probably listen to it once a week just to keep my eyes focused because procrastination is, you know, that's the devil's tool, right? That distraction, that delay. Like, you could be breathing life into somebody else but what's getting in your way, you know? So again, the song is called Next Year by Donovan Woods.
Yeah, good message. I try to not do that with my son. Like, I don't try to put off stuff. If I can get it in the schedule, it's in the schedule.
Yeah.
Okay. If he wants to do something, we try to do it. Like, because I know, like, so many times in my life, I've said, I'm going to do that, and I don't do it.
Yeah.
You never get to it. So.
That's right. You never get to it. Yeah. So, but it is great when we, I don't think we've gotten to our bucket lists, or no, we did get to our bucket list this year. But yeah, having those kind of always on our site helps us to not be putting off what we could do today.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that one just really speaks to me. I know it's not a worship song, but the concept, it grips you and it really kind of convicts you sometimes to just not put off. So listeners, I hope that helps a little bit today.
Yep. All right. So add these to your playlist. And like I said, if there's somebody out there who wants to, you know, send Eric the list of what songs we have put on Lyrical Monday, I think we'd be grateful of that.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, Born Again to Live, the podcast. So hit us up, send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. And Eric often posts pictures and links and things like that too. So yeah, we want to hear from you guys.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.